Thank you very much for joining me for this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. It's time to choose a book. Each 6-month cycle, one of my goals for the half year has usually included a variety of ways to expand my mental capacity, including a certain amount of reading. This appears largely on each semi-annual determination in roughly the same form, though not always the same category. I set out to go through 3 books over 6 months. I nearly always exceed that, typically 5 or 6 books during each half year, but I regiment the type of reading, or in some cases listening, by different categories. One book is always an audiobook, another a traditional paper book, and the third an ebook. Once in a while, I have one of these books in my collection at home, but in recent years, I've been more dependent on the library. Using the library has gotten very easy. From my computer, I can search the state's catalog for audio, ebooks, and traditional paper. These are divided into different types of reading. There is always a fiction work, always a nonfiction work, and always something of a Jewish theme that may be fiction or nonfiction. Navigating the library, while easy, also has its downside. There's too much choice. Looking at what I've already done, about a quarter of the way through this semi-annual segment, I have completed one book. It is a book that was assigned to me by a book club in which I do my best to take part. It's a nonfiction book about science, and one of the few books that I got through and actively disliked. I had tried a nonfiction ebook, one written by a university professor of linguistics who was doing an analysis of naughty words. This came from one of the library's programs. The library has 2 programs, one that allows you to keep materials for 2 weeks, the other for 3. This was a 2, and I only got halfway through it. Since it does not add to any categories, having done a nonfiction traditional book, I'm not going to go back to it right away. That still leaves me with a Jewish book. There's one sitting on my shelf downstairs that I've always wanted to read. It's rather long, but since I've already read a traditional paper book already, I'm not going to do that yet. I surfed the collection of classics, didn't really find one that caught my attention. It's possible to search through Jewish books, Didn't really find one of those that caught my attention, especially since I am now constrained to one ebook and one audiobook. I think it's a good system. It's endured um, a number of attempts to revise it, but never quite managing to come up with anything better. I've had some failures, particularly on the audiobook side. I can put the audiobook downloaded by Bluetooth into my car audio system. I've tried listening to these books on an extended road trip, but really can't pay attention as I would with a traditional book. That may be the case for all audiobooks. Listening may not be quite the same as reading. I've certainly found that with fiction and tend to avoid selecting audiobook fiction, preferring instead something with words and letters and sentences that I handle visually. So eventually I will choose my next project, my next reading project. It will come from the library. I always get my quota of 3 done and then a little bit more. So I anticipate a similar success with this half year's effort. Thank you very much for sharing this episode of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.